I've been walking this road since before I knew its name. Since the night I hit the bottom and nothing looked the same. Since the morning I woke up with nothing left to lose, and the only thing remaining was the right or wrong to choose. I chose the road less celebrated, chose the narrow way, not because it promised easy, promised truth someday. Every step was heavy and every mile was long, but I carried in my chest the seed of something strong. Redemption don't come easy and it don't come free, but it comes to every soul that's willing just to see that the life they live in now is not the life they have to keep, that the fire of the Most High burns even in the deep. Redemption road, redemption road, not the road the popular ones travel, this the narrow road. Redemption road, redemption road. Every scar upon my body is a story to be told. On the redemption road. They said I was too far gone, said the damage was too deep, said some doors don't open back once the lock is in too steep. But I found a door that didn't put in any map they drew, a door that's only visible when you finally push through. The last illusion that you're doing fine without the truth, the last illusion that the wounds of childhood have no proof. I walk through that door broken and I walk back out renewed, not the same man, something better, something tried and true. The prodigal came home through a road of shame and mud, but the father saw him coming and ran to him in love. That's the kind of God I found when all my pride was gone, the kind who runs toward you, not away when you call home. I met a man on the road who said he'd been out 30 years. 30 years of running from the thing he most held dear. He said the thing about redemption is it never has a clock. It don't matter how long you've been gone, you still can knock. I met a woman who said the same, and she had scars to show. Said the shame that kept her running was the last thing left to go. When she dropped the shame, she walked into the life she should have lived. And that's the trade that redemption offers. Take what you give. Redemption road, still walking. The door is always open. Come home.
Exile and return. 40 years in the wilderness is not just a Bible story. It's the decade I spent scattered in a counterfeit glory, chasing things I couldn't hold the weight I put upon them, building houses out of sand and watching seasons drown them. I forgot my mother's language, forgot the way she prayed, forgot the names of ancestors before the debt was paid, forgot the smell of something real beneath the city noise, forgot the sound of silence underneath the empty joys. But the exile always ends, the captive always turns. There's a compass in the bloodline pointing back to where it learns. Exile and return, exile and return. Every generation lost must make the walk of exile and return. quiet, it was smoke rising from a memory I hadn't touched in years. A grandmother's old song that suddenly appeared in the middle of the traffic, in the noise and the pretend, like a voice from the beginning calling from the end. Come back to what you are, come back to what was given, come back before the borrowed life has swallowed all you're living. Israel walked through desert 40 years to find the land, not because I couldn't find a shorter route. He had a plan to strip away the Egypt they had carried in their bones before they could inhabit what was always meant his own. Home is not a building and it's not a piece of ground, it's a frequency inside the soul, a recognizable sound. It's the feeling when you're finally living true to what you are, not performing for an audience or chasing someone's star. I came back to myself slowly, like a tide that's coming in, and every piece that returned felt like meeting my next of kin. The exile was the teacher, even though the teaching hurt, and the return was worth the weight of every year of dirt. Exile and return. The wandering always ends. Check the lamp burning. Come home.
Oh, wash me clean. Oh, I come to you with nothing polished and nothing dressed. I come with all the failures and the ones I hurt the best. I come with all the chapters that I hope no one would read. The midnight I committed what I swore I'd never need. I'm not asking you to act like what I did was small. I'm just asking if the mercy is as big as when you call. Yeah. Every prodigal and broken one from out of their disgrace, to come on back and stop pretending they can hide their face. Oh. Wash me where the stain runs deepest, where the shame won't fade. Wash me where the choices made me. Wash me unafraid. Wash me clean, not the surface kind. I need the kind that goes between. Wash me clean, every layer of the life I built on what didn't mean anything. Wash me clean. They had a leper who came running and fell on his face. Said, if you are willing, you can put me back in grace. And the healer reached and touched him, touched the untouchable man. Said, I am willing, be made clean. You're whole where you stand. I've been that leper walking outside of the belonging, outside of every circle with the wound that kept on wronging. Every door I walk towards sending me back to the outside, where the untouchable ones wait for somebody to decide that their life is worth the touch that makes a person whole. That redemption isn't rationed, it's enough for every soul. The river that washed Naaman was ordinary water, but the healing wasn't in the river, it was in the surrender. I've been holding on to something that I thought was who I was, a version of myself constructed out of all because of what before I could submit to something larger than the story that I told myself at night. Before I understood that what was wrong could still turn right. Not overnight, not without the work, not without the cost, but nothing that was given to the Most High has been lost. Ooh, wash me clean, wash me clean, all the way down. Make something new. I surrender, I surrender.
Yeah. Change was never real. Yeah. The first chains they put on you are the ones inside the mind, the kind that make you smart before the jailer even finds a physical cell to put you in. You built it on your own, out of every word they said about what you could or couldn't own. They told me I was limited, told me I was less, told me that my history was only what they said expressed about a people and a culture and a continent of kings, as if they never built the libraries and everything. But the lie requires your agreement, it can't stand on its own. The moment that you stop believing it, the chain is gone. Chains were never real, they were always in the mind. The physical ones rusted, but the mental ones take time. Chains were never real when the truth becomes your skin, when you know exactly who you are and where you've always been. Chains were never real. Marcus said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. And every generation since has had to find the key, not just to the exterior, not just to the law, but to the version of themselves the system kept in awe of its own power, kept in fear of its own judgment, kept performing for approval, kept adjusting and adjusting to fit inside a frame that was designed to make you small. But you were never made for fitting, you were made to stand up tall. The truth about your origin is the weapon they most fear, which is why they spend so long trying to make it disappear. I have daughters and I tell them every morning before school that the world will try to fit them in a suffocating rule, that every system built by men who fear the feminine will try to tell them who to be and where they've always been. But the truth was written in the stars before the schools were made, before the borders and the Bibles and the colonizing trade. You are ancient, you are royal, you are carrying the code of every woman who survived and walked the burning road. Chains were never real, never were. Know who you are, walk free.
Let me tell you the story how I wasted everything, every gift and every resource and every offering that was placed inside my hand at the beginning of the way. I took my portion early and I threw it all away on the things the shiny world was selling at the door, on the friends who disappeared when I didn't have no more, on the version of myself that wanted to be seen without the work of actually becoming what I mean. And when the famine came, and famine always comes for the one who spent their portion on the hollow and the dumb, I came back to my right mind in a place they feed the swine. And I said even the servants have a better life than mine. The prodigal rhythm, I know this song. I've been the one who wondered and I've been the one gone long. The prodigal rhythm, I know the road. I've been the one who carried back the whole embarrassing load. The prodigal rhythm, oh oh, oh oh, oh oh, oh. The prodigal rhythm, oh oh, oh oh, oh oh, oh. rushed past and it's telling. The father saw him coming while the son was still repelling. Every shame he'd ever carried while he was still far away. The father saw him coming and he ran to him that day. Didn't wait for the confession, didn't need to hear the speech. Just ran and fell upon him and pulled him close to reach around the neck of everything he'd given up on getting. Him called for celebration, no accounting, no forgetting. I'm the robe and the ring, and the feast is not the point. The point is that the father, and the point is that the joint between the broken and the holy can be mended in a moment when the love that waits is bigger than the debt and the atonement. Now the older brother is the one I worry for, the one who stayed and worked and did everything and more, and couldn't find the heart to celebrate the one returning. Couldn't trade his record keeping for the joy of the discerning that the father's love is not a limited resource, that another getting mercy doesn't take from your course. That the table has enough room, it always has enough. And begrudging someone's healing is the loneliest kind of talk. The prodigal rhythm, it was lost and is found. Oh, the father and come on.
Stood in the valley and I saw the dry bones lying. Every dream that I had buried and every vision dying. Every promise that had withered in the drought of the in-between. Every year of holding on to what I still hadn't seen. And the voice asked me the question that the prophet heard before: can these bones live again, or are they only what they were before? And I said the honest answer: only you can know, only you can tell me if there's anywhere left for this to go. And the word came, prophesy to the bones, speak to what seems gone. Speak to the dead places like they're capable of song. Come together, heard the rattling in the air. First the structure, then the sinew, then the flesh began to wear. Upon the frame of everything I thought was past its use. And the breath came in and filled it, and the dead thing broke its loose. I have seen this happen in a person and a nation. I've seen the thing that everyone pronounced beyond salvation rise up in the morning with the purpose of the living. Rise up with the fire and the reason and the giving. There are places in your life right now that look like only bones, that need the word of prophecy, need more than you alone can offer them. Need something from outside the natural order, need the breath that moves the valley to the other side of the border. I'm thinking about the communities they left to die, the neighborhoods that got the liquor store and not the why of what the people need to live with dignity and grace. They wrote the bones of zip codes off, said nothing grows in this place. But I have seen the valley of dry bones rise before. I've seen the community that Babylon closed the door on. Find the hinges and the fire and the word, and everything they said was dead stood up and was heard. Valley of dry bones, hear the word. Valley of dry bones, breathe into it.
are for building, and some seasons are for stripping. Some seasons pull the scaffolding from everything you're gripping, and leave you in the desert with the minimum of cover, with nothing but the question of what you're going to discover about yourself when comfort is removed from the equation, about your faith when every prop is gone from the foundation. Moses had his 40 years before the burning bush appeared. Elijah had his 40 days before the still small voice he heard. The desert is not punishment. The desert is a classroom. The silence is not absence. It's the teacher filling the room. 40 days in the desert. What do you find when everything external is removed from your mind? 40 days in the wilderness. What remains when all you build from fear and pride dissolves in the rains? 40 days. I had my own wilderness. Mine lasted several years, stripped of every certainty and most of what appeared to be the solid ground I'd stood on since I came of age. A wilderness of silence on a still and empty page. But in the empty, something underneath was strengthening. The root that goes too deep for drought to reach was deepening. And when the 40 days were done, and mine were more than 40, what stood back up was simpler and more real and more worthy. The tempter came 3 times to the one in the desert. 3 invitations to trade the real for the better, of feeling lesser. He refused each time because he learned in the silence what he was made of and what he was not. That's the alliance. I want to speak to anyone who's sitting in the desert right now, who's lost the script and lost the map and can't remember how to navigate without the certainties they used to carry, who finds the silence terrifying and the solitude is scary. The desert is not where your story ends, it's where it starts. The part that's real, the part that jives, writing in your heart. Not the version for the audience, the version for the real, the one that only comes true when there's nothing left but feel. 40 days. What remains when everything is gone? The root goes deeper than the drought. Stay the course. Stay the course.
Do not remember the former things, do not consider the old. Jah said he's doing a new thing, and it's already been told. Before it came to pass, he wrote it. Before your eyes could see, he planted in the future what your present couldn't be. I've been clinging to the chapters that were written in the pen, letting what was former be the forecast of my reign. But the prophet heard a word that broke the backward looking hold. Forget the former things, behold, the new thing is being told. The new thing doesn't look like what the old thing looked like first. You recognize it by the life in it, not by the thirst. You've grown accustomed to, not by the familiar ache, but by the way it feeds the thing inside that needed awake. New thing rising. Do you perceive it? New thing rising. Are you ready to receive it? New thing rising. Out of what was broken. New thing rising. From the seed the ground has spoken. Over in the dark before the light came through. New thing rising, and it's rising in you. I wanna speak about the ones who didn't winter long, who've almost stopped believing that the spring would write a song over all the frozen ground they've walked for years and years, who water every morning with the same recurring tears. The winter is not permanent, I promise you it ends, not because the suffering was nothing, but because it bends around the corner into something that required the cold to break the shell of everything, too fragile and too old to carry what was coming, what was growing in the ground. Beneath the frost and silence, the new thing being found. Isaiah saw a highway in the desert being built, and rivers in the wasteland in the form of shame and guilt, dissolving in the joy of what the ancient promise meant. The new thing rising, carrying the fullness of what Jah sent. I am seeing the new thing with my own eyes in real time. Seen the person who was buried walk back to the sunshine. Seen the marriage that was finished find its way back to the roots. Seen the dream that everyone pronounced as dead bear fruit. Seen the community, they wrote the final chapter on a rise up in the morning like they never had been gone. I've seen enough of the new thing to believe it for your life, even in the middle of the winter and the strife, even when the evidence is pointing to the grave, even when you've given everything you had to give and gave more than you could bear. The new thing is already in the ground, waiting for the season, waiting to be found. New thing rising. Do you perceive it? New thing rising. It's already in the ground. New thing rising. The winter is ending. New thing rising. Slow burn sounds. Hey, hey.
Oh, yeah, da, da, da. I'm going to be honest, forgiveness is the hardest thing I know. Harder than the discipline, and harder than the letting go of a habit or a comfort or a way of seeing life. Forgiveness of the person who became your deepest knife. The one who was supposed to be the keeper of your trust, who took what was most sacred and reduced it down to dust. I've sat with this for years and I won't dress it up in pretty. The truth is that forgiveness is not soft, it isn't pity. Peter asked if 7 times was generous enough to give, and the answer came back 70 times 7, as long as you live. Not for the one who hurt you, but for you to be made free. The chain of unforgiveness keeps you, not the one who wronged you, bound to the deed. Forgive 70 times, not because they deserve it. Forgive 70 times, because you were worth it. Forgive 70 times, not to let them off the hook. Forgive 70 times so you can close the book and live. Forgiveness isn't reconciliation, let me say that clear. It doesn't mean you let the person back inside your sphere. It doesn't mean you act like what they did to you was small. It doesn't mean you minimize or justify at all. It means you take the debt they owe you to a higher court and lay it down and say this weight is heavier than I thought. It means you stop rehearsing the inside your chest at night. It means you free yourself, not them, from carrying the fight. Joseph forgave his brothers after years in prison and exile. He didn't minimize the wrong, he put it in the file of something larger. What you meant for evil, Jah meant for good. That's not letting wrong be right. It's seeing it as it truly stood. Inside the story bigger than the wound it left behind. I'm still learning this, I won't pretend I have it mastered. Some days the wound is closer and some days it heals faster. Some days I hold the grace real clean and some days I don't. Some days I let it go complete and some days I won't. And I extend to myself the same 70 times 7, because work of forgiveness isn't finished until heaven. It's a practice, not a destination, not a line you cross once. It's a daily laying down of what the wound still wants, which is to be the loudest voice inside the room of who you are. But you are more than what was done to you, so much more by far. Forgive 70 times for your own sake. The chain falls off you, not them. You live free.
Before the mountains were established and the rivers found their bed, before the nations drew their borders and the prophets ever said a word about the coming of the age we're walking in, the Ancient of Days was sitting on the throne that has no end. I take my little troubles to a God who set the stars, who breathed the Milky Way in motion, who remembers who we are, not just as a people but as every individual soul who walked across the face of this earth trying to become whole. The one who holds eternity is holding your right now. The one who was before the beginning knows exactly how. Ancient of Days, no beginning and no end. Ancient of Days, the one who still is yet to come again. Ancient of Days, the name above all names. Ancient of Days, the fire and the throne and still the same. Ancient of Days, I read the visions of the prophet and the imagery is wild. The river of fire and the 10,000 times 10,000 miles, and holy round the throne and the books that are opened. And I know this is the language of the truth beyond the broken, words that I have access to in the ordinary tongue. But the Ancient of Days was ruling before this world was young, and will be ruling long after the last of us has passed. And every empire that has risen has been built upon a glass foundation when compared to what the Ancient One has planned. Every Babylon has fallen, every empire in the sand has been swept away, and still the Ancient of Days remains. final change. I want to live my life with this perspective underneath, that the moment I am living in is just one little leaf on a tree that has been growing since before I can conceive. And the ancient who is tending it has never once believed that any of his purposes would finally be undone by any power rising underneath the rising sun. So I can face my little day with something like a peace that passes understanding, knowing this will find release in something larger than my comprehension, in the vast design of the Ancient of Days, whose love is built to last. Ancient of Days, still on the throne, 'cause before the beginning will be after the end. I rest in that.
They said the light and momentary troubles work a weight of glory that is incomparable to the suffering in the story. I read that and I laughed the first time. Nothing felt momentary. Nothing felt like light when I was underneath the very weight of what was happening, the years of grinding down, the kind of suffering that makes you question everything around, the kind that doesn't feel like it is building anything, just feels like the losing of a very necessary thing. But suffering without meaning is the hardest thing to bear, and meaning doesn't always come while you're still in there. The weight of glory, heavier than the weight of pain. The weight of glory, what you're being prepared to contain. The weight of glory, not explained, only carried through. The weight of glory is the destiny they're building in you. The weight of glory. I think about the gold and how the fire is the point, not punished with refinement, burning off what doesn't join with what the gold is underneath the alloy and the dust. The process feels like destruction, but the process is a must for anything that's gonna carry weight without collapsing, for anything that's gonna stand through what is happening in the future, where your strength will need to be that clean, where what you went through is the reason you can hold what you've been given. All wrote from a prison cell about contentment and peace. And I used to wonder how, until I found my own release, not from the suffering, but from the terror of its meaning. I'm not romanticizing pain, let me be real clear. Some suffering is just wrong and Jah knows it and he hears the cry of every person underneath an unjust weight that wasn't given for their glory, was given out of hate. There's a difference between the fire that refines and what is done by systems and by people who use suffering for fun. The cross distinguished between the two. One side was redemptive, the other two decided just two criminals in their captive state. And heard before the suffering began. What you were built to carry, and not all pain is glory bound. Some pain is just contrary to everything Jah meant. And it is right to name it wrong and fight against it, and still find a way to keep your song. The weight of glory, oh, not yet revealed, but being prepared. Hold on. I've been knocked down.
Yeah.
I've been knocked down more times than I care to enumerate. Every time I thought I found the door, they changed the gate. But something in me refused to
Stop believing in the morning.
refused to let the midnight be the permanent and final warning.
I've been told that what I carry was too heavy for a person. Been told the situation couldn't do nothing but worsen. But I found that I was stronger than the strongest thing they sent me. And every time they counted me out, something essential in me would not, could not, will not stay down. Would not, could not, will not stay down.
We are the ones they said wouldn't make it.
We are the ones who made it. Overcomers.
This is our testimony.
Not that we were perfect, that we kept going.
Overcomers, this is our evidence.
That the Most High don't start something He don't finish.
Oh,
Overcomers. Overcomers.
overcomers. I want to stand beside every person in the fire right now. Everyone who's lost the energy and can't remember how to keep believing in an outcome. They've been waiting years to see.
I wanna say
I know this road, it led
somewhere for me. I wanna reach across the silence to the ones who feel alone, who think their situation is the kind that stands alone. And all of human history is too far gone to mend. I wanna say the story isn't over at the bend.
They overcame by the blood and by the word of testimony. Not by being fearless,
By being true,
not by being powerful,
by being willing,
not by never falling.
by getting up again.
Every overcomer has a floor they know by name. A midnight in the valley in a moment of deepest shame. That's the very place where Jah showed up and didn't leave. And everything we are today is built on that reprieve.
Overcomers, all of us who made it through.
The testimony is the weapon.
Tell somebody, overcomers.
I've been
knocked down.
I've been knocked down more times than I care to enumerate. Every time I thought I found the door, they changed the gate. But something in me refused to stop
Believing in the morning, refuse to let the midnight be the permanent final warning.
I've been told that what I carried was too heavy for a
Person, been told the situation couldn't do nothing but worsen. But I found that I was stronger than the strongest thing they sent me. And every time they counted me out, something essential in me
fire right now. Everyone who's lost the energy and can't remember how to keep believing in an outcome they've been waiting years to see.
I wanna say,
I know this road, it led somewhere for me. Yeah, I wanna reach across the silence to the ones who feel alone, who think their situation is the kind that stands alone, and all of human history is too far gone to mend. I wanna say the story isn't over at the end. They overcame by the blood and by the word of testimony, not by being fearless, by being true, not by being powerful,
by being willing,
not
by never falling,
by getting up again. Every overcomer has a flaw they know by name.
a midnight in a valley, in a moment of deepest shame.
That's the very place where Jah showed up and didn't leave, and everything we are today is built on that reprieve. Overcomers,
all of us who made it through.
the testimony is the weapon.
Tell somebody.
I come to you with nothing polished and nothing dressed. I come with all the failures and the ones I hurt the best. I come with all the chapters that I hope no one would read. The midnight I committed what I swore I'd never need. I'm not asking you to act like what I did was smart. I'm just asking if the mercy is as big as when you call. Every prodigal and broken one from out of their disgrace to come on back and stop pretending they can hide their face. Wash me where the stain runs deepest, where the shame won't fade. Wash me where the choices made me. Wash me unafraid. Wash me clean. Wash me clean. Not the surface kind, I need the kind that goes between. Wash me clean. Wash me clean. Every layer of the life I built on what didn't mean anything. Wash me clean. They had a leper who came running and fell on his face. Said, if you are willing, you can put me back in grace. And the healer reached and touched him, touched the untouchable man. Said, I am willing, be made clean, you're whole where you stand. I've been that leper walking outside of the belonging, outside of every circle with the wound that kept on wronging. Every door I walked towards, sending me back to the outside, where the untouchable ones wait for somebody to decide that their life is worth a touch that makes a person whole. That redemption isn't ration, it's enough for every soul. The river that washed Naaman was ordinary water, but the healing wasn't in the river, it was in the surrender. I've been holding on to something that I thought was who I was, a version of myself constructed out of all because of what was done to me before I had a choice in it, and what I chose to do with it before I could submit to something larger than the story that I told myself at night, before I understood that what was wrong could still turn right. Not overnight, not without the work, not without the cost, but nothing that was given to the Most High.
surrender.
No. God, the prodigal rhythm. Let me tell you the story how I wasted everything, every gift and every resource and every offering that was placed inside my hand at the beginning of the way. I took my portion early and I threw it all away on the things the shiny world was selling at the door, on the friends who disappeared when I didn't have no more, on the version of myself that wanted to be seen without the work of actually becoming what I mean. And when the famine came, and famine always comes for the one who spent their portion on the hollow and the dumb, I came back to my right mind. In the peace they feed the swine, and I said, even the servants have a better life than mine. The prodigal rhythm, I know this song. I've been the one who wandered and I've been the one gone long. The prodigal rhythm, I know the road. I've been the one who carried back the whole embarrassing load. The prodigal rhythm, the prodigal rhythm, yeah. The prodigal rhythm, the prodigal rhythm, yeah. But here's the part they always rush past in the telling. The father saw him coming while the son was still repelling every shame he'd ever carried while he was still far away. The father saw him coming and he ran to him that day. Didn't wait for the confession, didn't need to hear the speech. Just ran and fell upon him and pulled him close to reach around the neck of everything he'd given up on getting, and called for celebration. No accounting, no forgetting. And the robe and the ring and the feast is not the point. The point is that the father, and the point is that the joint between the broken and the holy can be mended in a moment, when the love that waits is bigger than the debt and the atonement. Now the older brother, he's the one I worry for, the one who stayed and worked and did everything and more, and couldn't find the heart to celebrate. The one returning couldn't trade his record keeping for the joy of the discerning that the father's love is not a limited resource, that another getting mercy doesn't take from your course, that the table has enough room, it always has enough, and begrudging someone's healing is the loneliest kind of tough. The prodigal rhythm, he was lost and is found. The father ran, come home. Come home. Na 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 na. Enumerate. Every time I thought I found the door, they changed the gate.
But something in me refused to stop believing in the morning, refused to let the midnight be the permanent and final warning. I've been told that what I carried was too heavy for a person, been told the situation couldn't do nothing but worsen. But I found that I was stronger than the strongest thing they sent me, and to keep believing in an outcome they've been waiting years to see. I wanna say, I know this road, it led somewhere for me. I wanna reach across the silence to the ones who feel alone, who think their situation is the kind that stands alone. In all of human history, as too far gone to mend, I wanna say the story isn't over at the bend.
They overcame by the blood and by the word of testimony,
Not by being fearless,
by being true,
not by being powerful,
by being willing.
not by never falling, by getting up again.
Every overcomer has a flow they know by name.
A midnight and a valley and a moment of deepest shame.
That's the very place where Jah showed up and didn't leave. And everything we are today is on us.
Give me the breath. Out of all these nights, overcomers.
All of us who made it through.
Overcomers. 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 The testimony is the weapon. Tell somebody.
Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Oh, na, na, na. Oh, na, na, na. I'm going to be honest. Forgiveness is the hardest thing I know. Harder than the discipline, and harder than the letting go of a habit or a comfort or a way of seeing life. Forgiveness of the person who became your deepest knife, the one who was supposed to be the keeper of your trust, who took what was most sacred and reduced it down to dust. I've sat with this for years, and I won't dress it up in pretty. The truth is that forgiveness is not soft, it isn't pity. Peter asked if 7 times was generous enough to give, and the answer came back 70 times 7, as long as you live. Not for the one who hurt you, but for you to be made free. The chain of unforgiveness keeps you, not the one who wronged you, bound to the deed. Forgive 70 times, not because they deserve it. Forgive 70 times, because you are worth it. Yeah. Forgive 70 times, not to let them off the hook. Yeah. Forgive 70 times, so you can close the book and live. Forgiveness isn't reconciliation. Let me say that clear. It doesn't mean you let the person back inside your sphere. It doesn't mean you act like what they did to you was small. It doesn't mean you minimize or justify at all. It means you take the debt they owe you to a higher court and lay it down and say this weight is heavier than I thought. It means you stop rehearsing the case inside your chest that night. It means you free yourself, not them, from carrying the fight. Joseph forgave his brothers after years in prison and exile. He didn't minimize the wrong, he put it in the fire of something larger. What you meant for evil, Jah meant for good. not letting wrong be right. It's seen it as it truly stood, inside a story bigger than the wound it left behind. I'm still learning this, I won't pretend I have it mastered. Some days the wound is closer and some days it heals faster. Some days I hold the brace real clean and some days I don't. Some days I let it go complete and some days I won't. And I extend to myself the same 70 times 7, because the work of forgiveness isn't finished until heaven. It's a practice, not a destination, not a line you cross once. It's a daily laying down of what the wound still wants, which is to be the loudest voice inside the room of who you are. But you are more than what was done to you, so much more by far. Forgive 70 times, for your own sake. The chain falls off